Alrighty then, folks. It's time for another week of my picks. And there are a lot of games this weekend, so let's go ahead and get started. In the Big 12, my 10th ranked Oklahoma Sooners. See that right there? They're going to face number 5, according to the BCS, Baylor on Fox Sports 1. I like Baylor in this matchup. I just think that Baylor is just going to win. I'm sorry to the OU guys. I know a lot of y'all follow me on Twitter and all, but that's just the way it's going to have to be. Kansas State is at number 25, top 25 in the BCS. Texas Tech on ABC regional coverage. I think Tech bounces back. Kansas State is not as good as they were last year, and Texas Tech can take advantage of that. On Fox Sports 1, TCU is at Iowa State. I like TCU. I think the TCU kind of found themselves a little bit this last weekend with a little bit of their offense. Their defense has always been good, so I think that kind of gets figured out a little bit. 3 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, so after the 11 a.m. game, you can watch the 3 p.m. game, at least here in Big 12 action, where you're going to see Kansas at 14th BCS favorite, Oklahoma State on Fox Sports 1. I like Okie State. Oklahoma State, I think, has really found themselves, particularly with Roland. People forget this is still a good team. They should still be undefeated and would be if they would have used Roland in the West Virginia game. So there's that. And finally, at 6 o'clock on Fox National, the Big 12 back in the national spotlight again as the eyes of Texas are on West Virginia on Fox. I like Texas. Not that I'm rooting for Texas in this game or anything. We need Texas to kind of lose a couple of games, particularly if you're an OU guy like I am. But I just think that this isn't the time to do it. I think that West Virginia has, they just don't have enough magic left in them as they play Texas. The rest of the college football picks, it all started Tuesday as Bowling Green was at Miami of Ohio on ESPNU. I liked Bowling Green in this matchup. The battle for Ohio was on ESPN2 the other night also, as Ohio was at Buffalo on ESPN2. I liked Ohio in that matchup. On Wednesday night, tonight, you'll see a couple of games like Central Michigan at Ball State on ESPN. I liked Ball State in this one. And tomorrow on Thursday, along with the Oklahoma-Baylor game, you can also see Troy at Louisiana Lafayette on ESPNU. I like the ULL, Lafayette of Louisiana. And at 8 o'clock, here's the one that you might want to keep an eye on in the national scope. Oregon, number 3 Oregon, is at number 5 BCS favorite Stanford in this matchup on ESPN at 8 o'clock. Should be quite a contest on that. Then after Thursday comes Friday, we have 2 more. Number 20 Louisville will be at University of Connecticut on ESPN2 at 7:30 on Friday. I like Louisville. And finally, Air Force will be at New Mexico on ESPNU. I like Air Force in this matchup. Saturday, college football Saturday. Everything gets started off at 11 a.m. as always, and that's when, well, one of the actions is ABC Regional Action, and that's when number 2 Florida State will be at Wake Forest. I like Florida State in this matchup. ESPNU will carry number 8 Missouri at Kentucky on ESPNU. I like Kentucky. And another SEC game will be on the big ESPN. That will be 9th ranked Auburn at Tennessee on ESPN. I like Auburn. A Big 10 game will be on ESPN2 between Penn State will be at Minnesota. I like Minnesota in that one. On CBS Sports Network, Western Kentucky will be at Army. I like Western Kentucky in that matchup. ESPN3 will have an American League game between SMU and at Cincinnati on ESPN3.com. I like Cincinnati. And finally, on the Big 10 Network, you'll see Iowa at Purdue on the Big 10 Network. I like Iowa. The odd game time is 11:21 a.m. And that's going to be Arkansas at Ole Miss on ESPN3. I like Ole Miss. 11:30, we'll have another SEC game. Appalachian State will be at Georgia on ESPN3. Georgia's just going to bounce back in a big way in this game. So you might as well watch the other game. Virginia will be at North Carolina. That one's going to be a little bit more interesting. That one also on ESPN3 at 11:30. But I like North Carolina. In the afternoon slate at 2 o'clock, University of Southern Cal will be at Cal on Fox. The battle for California. I like USC. At the 2:30 slot, on CBS, you'll see Mississippi State at Johnny Football and Texas A&M. I like Texas A&M, the 11th ranked Aggies. BYU will be at 24th ranked BCS favorite Wisconsin, the Badgers on ESPN3 on ESPN. I like Wisconsin. Illinois and Indiana match up on the Big Ten Network. As Illinois is at Indiana, I like Indiana. Syracuse is at Maryland on ESPN3. I like Maryland. Nebraska is back as they'll be at Michigan on ABC. I like Michigan. I love Nebraska. I love Bo Pelini. They're my favorite team in the Big Ten. My dad's a big fan, but I have to stick with Michigan in this game. Sorry, Big Red. Boston College will be at New Mexico State on ESPN3. I like Boston College. And finally, on the CBS Network, Hawaii will be at Navy on CBS Network. I like Navy. 2:45, you'll be able to see an Oklahoma team also, as Tulsa will be at East Carolina on Fox Sports 1. I like ECU, East Carolina. At the 3 o'clock docket, number 22 in the BCS, Arizona State will have a Pac-12 game at Utah on the Pac-12 Network. I like Arkansas State. And on ESPNU, you'll see North Carolina State at the Dukies on ESPNU. I like Duke. At 3:30 p.m., you'll have another game. You'll have the battle for Tennessee, as Tennessee Martin will be at the University of Memphis on ESPN3. I like Memphis. At 6 o'clock on the PM networks, Virginia Tech will be at 11th favored Miami of Florida on ESPN. I think Virginia Tech's going to win this game. Both teams coming off a hard loss the last couple of weeks. I think Virginia Tech's a little better. I really liked what I saw from them against Alabama more than at the beginning of the year, more than what I didn't see from Alabama. So I like Virginia Tech. Houston will be at 21st ranked Central Florida on ESPN2. As Mississippi State will be at La Tech on CBS Network. I like Louisiana Tech. And Arkansas State will be at the University of Louisiana Monroe on ESPN3. I like ULM. The 7 o'clock docket, LSU, 13th in the nation, will be at those #1 Alabama Crimson Tide I was just talking about on CBS. But I like Alabama. Moving right along, number 23 ranked in the BCS, Notre Dame was at Pittsburgh on ABC. I like Notre Dame. Colorado will be at Washington on the Pac-12 Network. I like Washington. Utah State will be at University of Louisiana of Nevada. University of Las Vegas, UNLV. Sorry, guys. On ESPNU, I like Utah State. 9 o'clock, 19th BCS favorite, UCLA will be at Arizona on ESPN. I like UCLA. Number 16th ranked Fresno State will be at Wyoming on ESPN2 at 9:15. I like Fresno State. And finally, at 9:30, San Diego State will be at San Jose State on CBS Network. This has been your weekly picks for this week in college football. Enjoy the game, everybody.